Angela Johnson, she's a columnist for Soul Society. She has her own web page, and she's a very, very articulate, outspoken person. And today we're going to talk to her about relationships. Welcome, Angela Johnson. First of all, let's start off by talking about what are some of the things that turn you off when you are approached by men.
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate you asking that question. There are a number of things
Okay.
that are, it doesn't make an individual a bad individual, but there are a number of things that represent other things for me. And one of those things, they're very petty, but nonetheless, they are effective. Gaudy jewelry. I think that,
Pardon me?
gaudy jewelry, I think it's something that is a personal
Hold on,
preference, but it represents.
Cut. Angela Johnson, and she's talking about some of the things that turn her off when she's approached by men.
Right.
And some of the things are?
One of the things that annoys me, again, a small thing doesn't make an individual a bad individual. But not only is this annoying, it's not sanitary, it's not good personal hygiene practice, but to walk around for long periods of times with toothpicks hanging out of the mouth, hanging from the lips. Even if you just were just ate.
Please, can we cut it for a minute? Angela Johnson, who is a columnist for Soul Society, and she's talking about things that normally turn her off when she's approached by men. Continue, please.
Okay. One of the things that's disruptive to me, and I can't imagine the logic in it. I know there's a condition where some people, you've seen some children, and it's sometimes abundant in albino children, where the sunlight is it affects them. The sunlight, they're easily burned, and so they need to protect themselves from the sun. But generally, when you go out into a public arena, and a fella has on shades, not only at nighttime, but in a building at that, indoors, I just don't see the logic.
Okay,
it also,
there's
just some insecurity.
Please cut the camera for a minute. Miss Angela Johnson, and she's talking about some of the things that turn her off when she's approached by men.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to smoking altogether. I think it's a personal preference, and that's perfectly all right. But, there are gentlemen that smoke that are not smoking. They're courteous, of course. They're not smoking at the time, but they walk around with a cigarette for no apparent, again, a security, something to lean on. It may be behind their ears sometimes.
Just cut the camera, please. Just cut the camera. Johnson, who's a columnist for Soul Society, and she's pretty much talking about relationships and things that turn her off when she's approached by certain men. So what are some of the things that turn you on when you meet an individual for the first time?
Well, when I meet an individual for the first time, I am not turned on, because it's important for me to develop a friendship with a person, or even if it's not developing a friendship, to develop some sort of interaction where I learn their personality and what their character is built on.